What is going on, everyone? I hope everybody's enjoying their Monday. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss content when I drop it. Excuse me. And today I'm going to be talking about the best budget gear for starting a YouTube channel. Now, if you've done a bunch of YouTube searches, which I know a lot of people have, I myself have been included in this. Typically, when you're starting your first YouTube channel, you want to get the best, whatever you can afford, camera, tripod, lighting, and all of that. Now, that's great if you already have the money to do that. But say you were starting off, and this is your very first time starting off with doing YouTube, and you are on a very tight budget. Obviously, even spending money on a simple point and shoot camera around the $300 range can be pretty expensive. Now today I'm going to do something a little bit different as opposed to what I consider budget versus what everybody else considers budget. I'm going to be talking about some easy devices that you can use to enhance what you already have for starting your YouTube channel, and I will have a link in the description on all of these in the description below. And some of these you can get fairly cheap, whether it's used or brand new, and some of them, once you become more familiar with YouTube and you start to gain a following of subscribers and views, then you can jump up to the, as I like to call, the next level of budget when it comes to creating a YouTube channel. But for now, I'm going to talk about this, the bare basics of what you can get under, like, say, $300, and then a $400 option as well. And again, I'm not talking about just a camera, because again, like I said before, simply just buying a better camera, you may not have the money to do that. This is going to be something that you will currently have already, and maybe one or two alternatives to that, which is still kind of in the budget area, but won't be as overly whelming, as expensive as what I'm currently shooting on. So I'm going to show you what I have now. Now, as you can see from my display, these are actual devices that I actually use and continue to use or have used in the past to help me in my YouTube career. Obviously, you are familiar, if you're subscribed to my channel, the G7 used to be my main camera. Now I have the G85. This is the GoPro Hero 7. There is an alternative to this. I will talk about that a little bit more. And then there is the Dji Osmo Mobile 2. And then this is just my simple iPhone with a phone mount and a tripod. Now again, I'm going to talk about each one of these individually and show you the differences, or basically just talk to you about how you can use these to adequately start your YouTube channel. And again, you don't need to spend $500 on a camera to start off your YouTube channel. Again, you can simply do it with just your simple iPhone or even a simple GoPro, and then go from there. But I'm going to talk about these and have links in the description for all of these, as well as kind of show you some of the price points for these. So we're going to talk about these individually, and I'm going to start off with the least expensive, which is going to be obviously the phone way first. Now, obviously, when starting off a YouTube channel, obviously the easiest, most accessible camera that you can use is your cell phone. But beyond just having a cell phone, you can actually enhance this to make this a much more effective video recording tool. Obviously, when you're doing your video recordings, holding it handheld is typically the most easiest way to do that. But of course, there's other solutions that make it a lot more other affordable solutions that make it easier to do that with. One of them is simply just buying a simple tripod like this. This is made from Joby. This is about a $40 tripod. It's flexible legs, so basically you can flex this pretty much any way you want, and you can form it any way you want. So basically, if you're into action sports such as skateboarding or anything like that, or anything that requires you to want to do like slow-mo on your phone, you can simply just wrap this around a bar, and you can add what is known as a simple phone mount to this and add that to your camera. So basically something like a simple phone mount like this. This is made by Manfrotto. This actually came with my Joby, which I'll talk about that in a minute. Simply just screw this on, because they'll all basically come with a thread on them, so you can actually attach it to various other types of mounts. So you simply just add that to your mount. You take your phone, mount it just like that, and then you have yourself a perfectly working gimbal-like cell phone, or a simple tripod with your phone attached that you can literally just attach to a pole, attach to a tree branch, sit on record, and then there you go. That is the easiest way of doing it. You can pair it up with a cheap, inexpensive microphone, a lavalier mic, a really good one that I will have a link in the description for as well, is known as a Boya M1. It's about a $20 mic. You simply just use it with your iPhone. If you have an iPhone, it's just a lightning to 3.5 millimeter jack. Plug it into that, gives you long enough cord to where you can wrap it up under your shirt, and then you can hold it out like this and just simply just record on it. Or if you have an Android device, it just plugs into the 3.5 millimeter jack on the bottom of your phone. And again, you can simply do all your video recordings from that. And again, it can be desk mounted, so you just simply just put it on your desktop and then just angle it up, and then there you go. And that's one way of doing it. Another one is simply buying this. I bought from B&H. This is the Manfrotto. This actually came with originally, which is just this and this paired together. You simply just screw in. If you don't like the Joby version with the bendable legs, because that's known as the 1K leg, the legs are a little loose, so sometimes you can break them off. They're easy to put back on, but sometimes if you want to bend it in a certain way, sometimes it doesn't really go well. It'll give a lot, so you end up breaking it. So you want to limit the amount of moving and bending you can do on it. Otherwise, the best solution next to that one is this. This is the actual product that I bought it as it is. This is the Manfrotto Tripod. It comes with the simple phone mount and the tripod itself. It's got a little red button. You can press on it. It angles it in any way you need it to for those low down shots, or if you're like walking around in the sun and you just want to do a simple quick vlog and you just don't feel like when to hold it out, you can simply just hold it down like this, angle it, and again, using the simple $20 Boya mic, plug it in, and again, you got yourself a pretty inexpensive vlogging setup. And as well as it being a desktop mount, again, simply just on the mount on your desk or on any surface. Again, this isn't going to go anywhere. This is stuck. It's pretty rigid. So in order to move this in any option way you want, you simply just press the button and you can angle it any way you want. Once you're done, you release the button, and as you can see, it doesn't go anywhere. This is the least expensive way of starting off getting some gear for your phone. Again, all you're doing is you're enhancing your phone with some simple options. Again, this is only like $18 off of B&H. This, I believe, is around $40. You might be able to get it cheaper on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description for both of these in the description below. So the next solution I have that's actually also pretty inexpensive. I wouldn't say inexpensive, but it's under $100. And that is, if you're not familiar with it, I did a talk about it. I'll have a link in the description on the video. But it is known as a Dji Osmo Mobile 2. Now, if you're not familiar with it, these are handheld stabilizers. They make them for cell phones as well as for cameras. There's many manufacturers that put them out there. Zhiyun, I believe is how you pronounce it, makes one as well. But the one that I purchased years ago was the Osmo Mobile 2, which is simply what this is. Now, this is a motorized gimbal. Basically, what you do is you insert the phone into this. It's very sturdy, so it can fit a phone with a case. And what you do is when you activate it, when you turn it on, it basically turns it into a motorized gimbal, so you can literally walk around, pan up and down, left to right. You can actually charge other third-party devices with a simple USB connection right there. So as you can see right there, you just simply plug in your USB device into that, and then you can charge, like say, an extra battery bank or a camera or something else that requires it to be plugged in, as long as you have enough power on the gimbal to actually charge it up. And then the charger, the device itself, when it charges up, it simply just requires a USB micro or a micro USB. You plug it in, and it roughly takes it about maybe an hour or so, depending on how much battery power you have left on it. And you can buy the base for this. Again, this comes with a simple base for about $10. Pair it to that. You can set it down on something. And when you pair it with the Dji Osmo Mobile app, you can do face tracking. So basically what you do is you tap on your face with the app, and in whatever direction you move, the app, because it's Bluetooth with the device, It simply moves when you move. So it kind of face tracks you, as well as you can use it in a vlogging situation. So say you have a device that you want it to just stay on and focus on. You simply tap on the device, double tap it, and it focuses on whatever you have tapped on. And then you can move the gimbal around and it will fixate on that. I've done it numerous times on this. It's actually pretty cool. And again, when I bought this, it was $130. You can get the Osmo Mobile 3 for about $119 off of the Dji Osmo Mobile site, but you can get this off of Amazon for about $100. I've seen them used for about 65 bucks. So whether you buy the Osmo Mobile 2 or the Osmo Mobile 3, either one is just as good. The Osmo Mobile 3 is more compact than the Osmo Mobile 2, but they pretty much work the same way. So I'm going to show you how this works. You simply just pop your phone in as it is, like this. There's a button right here. That's the M button. That is known as the power button. You simply just press, and it will show you, when you first press on it, it will show you a blinking. That is basically showing you how much battery power is on. You simply press for a few seconds, and then, as you can see, it automatically turns on. So you can do this in simply landscape or portrait mode. There's two different ways of kind of wanting to do it. Just depends on how you want to do it. You can even do your live streaming. So say you want to do live stream on your YouTube channel, you simply put it into portrait mode and you can basically just pan it around. It's really cool. As you can see, I'm going left, right, left, up, down. And then if you wanted to fixate on a simple object, then you just simply just tap it twice, and as you can see, the camera does not move. So then I gotta move it back, double tap it twice, and it automatically centers. Now when you pair this with the DJI mobile app, again, you get that face tracking technology, whether you're doing it in a self vlog or if you're doing a vlogging of another object, and you can do live views with this, with the DJI Osmo Mobile app. And again, it's fairly easy to use. You simply just plug in the micro USB, which comes with it. That's how you charge this up. And again, on the back, it has a twofold purpose. You can also charge other third-party devices with this. Works very well. It's an amazing device. Again, you can get this off of Amazon for about $100, $95. Again, I've seen them used for about 65. Or you can jump into the Osmo Mobile 3, which is going to set you only $119. And that is another way of enhancing your YouTube video channel in terms of just getting the gear that's inexpensive and that will work for you at the time. And then as you grow in your channel, you progress more and more into upgrading what you currently have. But again, when you're first starting out, obviously you're not going to have the money to go out and buy, a $300 or $400 camera. You're going to want to do something that's inexpensive that will still give you good quality. Again, the Osmo Mobile 2 or the 3, the Manfrotto and the Joby are simply just other ways of getting the same results without having to spend a lot of money. I will have a link in the description on this as well. Now, say you already have the budget to buy a camera, but you don't have the kind of budget that allows you to spend like $600 or $700, like the G85, which is an upgrade from my G7 from Panasonic, then the GoPro is the next best solution. This here is the GoPro Hero 7. Again, this is about a $300 action camera. You can actually save yourself about $100 less and get yourself the Hero White or the Hero Silver. I'm sorry, not the white. The white is not the one you want to get. You want to get the silver. And the only differences between the silver and the black is that this does not do 4K at 60 frames, but it does 4K at 30 frames. It doesn't have the hyper smooth stability that the 7 Black or the 8 have. And by that, what I mean is that your videos are not shaky when you're using this hyper smooth stability on the 7 or the 8. But again, with the silver, you still get the capabilities of using the 4K option, and depending on how well you are at video editing, you can actually edit that out. But another solution that you can use is, as you can see, I actually have this mounted on a tripod mount. So again, you can take this with a simple Manfrotto. You simply just unscrew, take your tripod. Again, you have two different holes depending on how you want to mount it. I simply just put it in the middle because I don't see an advantage of screwing into the one in the front, other than it's just a little bit closer, but that's, just me. Then you simply just, again, press the red button until it's more in your desired angle. And then you just hit the record button, and then that should relieve most of the shakiness out of the video. And then when you're done, you simply just remove the SD card. And then again, you can do this in a number of options that you can have with the GoPro. Obviously, you can do motion lapse or time warp, which is just a fancy way of doing time lapse, only you're moving. Or you can set it down on any surface you want. Say you want to get some time lapses of the sunset. You simply just lay it down, angle it, because you have a screen on the back of the device. And again, this also comes with an app. So there is an app that you can use for this. You can angle it, use the app to angle to see what position it's in, and then you simply just hit the time-lapse record button, and it can actually get that amazing time-lapse of the sun setting. I've done it a few times with my Hero 5. I've done it with my G7. I've done to do the time-lapse, but it's much easier to do it with the GoPro because it's more smaller and more compact. It's a lot more app user friendly. I'm not saying that the apps that work for the cameras are any less friendly, but in terms of just budget wise and what you can get, the Hero Silver is not a bad option. Again, it's only $200, and it will enhance your YouTube channel without you having to go and break the bank and getting expensive gear. Now, say you have enough money to buy yourself a pretty decent budget camera. Now, say you have like around $500 to start buying a regular camera. Well, obviously you have your mirrorless cameras and you have your full frames. You have your different options. You have Nikon, you have Sony, you have Canon, you have Panasonic, and you have Fuji. But now you're looking to see what you can get. For those of you who watch my channel know that this is the first actual interchangeable lens camera that I purchased. This was $500 at the time. I believe you can get them on B&H used for around $400. Although there's nothing wrong with getting the used camera, it just depends on the condition it is in. But this is the best budget camera that I've ever seen and have used. I'm not going to go into too much length into it because I've done numerous reviews on it. I'll just simply have the links in the description below on what I know about the G7 and what I love about it. But for the budget purposes, at $500, this comes with a articulating flip-out screen, which is probably one of the #1 features, of one of the most sought-after features when it comes to looking for features for your camera, especially when it comes to doing self-vlogs. You want something that you can simply see what you look like and articulate, and if you're out of focus, simply intuitively touch the screen and then it puts you into focus. You can do most of your white balance and ISO corrections. From that, it's simple, it's easy, it's a lot more efficient than simply just having it without it, because again, it's difficult to kind of see what you look like if you're in focus or not in focus if the screen's on the back and you can't touch it. And again, you're getting a 4K capable device, so you can shoot at 4K at 30 frames as well as 1080 at 60 and 30 frames. It has a microphone jack that you can plug in an external mic for. The buttons are simple and easy to use. It's lightweight, and for the price, it's definitely worth it. But again, I have a link in the description on my review on this. I have for the best budget setup that you can get for starting a YouTube channel. Again, I want this video to be more about using what you already have and then upgrading and enhancing off of what you already have. Again, your cell phone is always going to be your go-to for doing anything because again, you're always going to have your cell phone with you. You want to have a way of enhancing that cell phone and getting as most that you can get out of that before you jump into like buying a camera or buying more expensive tripods and gears like that. You want to make sure that you can maximize the full amount of what you can get with what you can afford. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching this channel, watching this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification, that way you don't miss content, hit the thumbs up if this video is helpful. And again, my name is Black Opinion the Apple Guy, and I want to thank everybody for watching and have a great day.